Hey everyone, welcome to Mr. Teach Film Preach, and if you're a film lover like I am and you learn from films as much as I do, then you are in the right place. And if you're in the right place, click like down below and subscribe to my channel for more content. Also, while you're down there, let me know, what did you think of Devotion? Was this an amazing aerial war epic? Were you excited for this film? While you're down there, click like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Also, don't forget to hit the bell notification to notify you when I release more videos. Today we're talking about the 2022 aerial epic war action biopic drama film, Devotion. This film is rated PG-13, based on the true story that follows a pair of US Navy pilots as they risk their lives in aerial fighting during the Korean War, and they become the Navy's most celebrated wingmen. This film really looks at the two lives of both Tom and Jesse as they fly together. It's the story of their friendship, the first African-American man being a pilot in the US Navy, and all the complications that arise from that, both with the military and politically. First of all, this film is really up my alley. I'm big into the history. You don't often see movies about the Korean War. Jonathan Majors as Jesse Brown was awesome. I thought he was incredible. What an amazing actor. What a great movie star. He is hugely on the rise. He's got Creed coming out, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. There is a particular scene in this film where the camera is on his face for like 2 minutes. You see him go through so many different emotions of regret, there's anger, there's sadness, there's hope, there's depression, there's all these things that this character is going through, and Jonathan Majors conveys all of it beautifully by just the look on his face. Let's the performance shine through. Glen Powell, who I absolutely love, doing his second pilot film in like less than 6 months. You know, he just did Top Gun Maverick. If he has one more project that's about planes at all, I'm going to laugh. This performance is nothing like his performance in Top Gun Maverick. It is a lot different. It is more grounded. It is more real. Playing a real person just like Jonathan Majors, so you can tell like they really took the time to do the research and dive deep into the characterizations of Tom and Jesse. I've always been a fan of Glen Powell ever since Scream Queens.
I do sort of love you. I would love you a lot more if other people loved you too.
Both of them carry this film literally on their backs, on their shoulders. The other standout performance in this film is Christina Jackson. She is phenomenal. I loved her in this. She has a scene near the end that I absolutely thought she blew it out of the water. So these three main performers in this film are stunning. There are some shots that are really terrible in this movie, but the ones that are great really stand out. This camera is attached to the wing of the plane and it looks sideways at the pilot in the cockpit as they're flying, and it's about a 2-minute scene of him landing the plane, getting out, running across this open field and getting to this other plane. It's a 2-minute long take, kind of shaky cam, and it was gorgeous. So some of the shots in this film were actually well executed, but then it was like the filmmakers didn't do that for the rest of the movie. Like there were certain moments and certain scenes where they were so creative and so interesting. The other 70% of the movie, they kept doing very basic things, or shots would be out of focus a lot of times. A lot of the nighttime shots are hard to see in this film as well. I know that they're trying to go for a sense of realism, but at the same time, like, audience members need to see the movie. Putting that aside, the film did still look great. There were some awesome fight scenes. The training sequences of like landing on the carrier were some of the best I've seen in a film about pilots and flying. Got to see the stress that the pilots have to go through, stress of just trying to land the plane. The movie takes about 15-20 minutes to really get into it. That affected how long this movie was and the runtime. Like, this movie was 2 hours and 20 minutes long. What actually happens in the story, there isn't enough content for this movie to be 2 hours and 20 minutes long. This film is simply trying to do too much with this story. It is trying to be a war epic, aerial dogfight film at times. It is a little bit of a sports movie where it's like the training montage of these pilots. Dramatic, romantic film at times. Social injustice and racism in the military and in society at the time in the 1950s. How people of color were being treated. Story of friendship between two pilots and two families coming together. It is a little bit of a survival film in some ways as well. All these things, and the movie doesn't do any of them extremely well. There's none of them that are like A-plus elements of this film. They're not amazing, but they don't really do any of them terribly as well. They just do all of these sort of themes and these ideas pretty good. I kind of felt like it was just a good, solid, average biopic film. It did stick the landing at the end, pun intended. The last 15-20 minutes, I was totally shocked and I was moved by it in other ways that the rest of the film did not make me feel. Most of the CGI was pretty good. The music in this film drove me nuts.
You drive me nuts!
The song at the end of the film during the credits is awesome, but the rest of the score of this music was so cliche. I was even coming up with lyrics to the score. Holy crap, holy crap, holy crap, holy crap, something's happening. Like, it was that cliche. It would just been great for there to have been little amounts of music or none at all. I think this film actually would have gone up a grade. The editing at times was really choppy, and the way that they told the story and the way that they went from scene to scene was very jolty. That stood out like a sore thumb. There was a lot of sprinkled genius throughout this film, some amazing parts and elements to it, but as a whole thing overall, I just can't quite give this film like an A or an A-. So I'm gonna go ahead and give Devotion a B+. What did you all think of Devotion? I would love to hear your thoughts and comments down below. What is your favorite war epic film? While you're down there, click like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. You can also hit that bell button to notify you when I've released more videos. Thank you so much for joining me today on Mr. Teach Film Preach. Check out some other reviews like The Fablemans, Strange World, and The Banshees of Inisherin. Thank you so much for joining me today on Mr. Teach Film Preach. I hope you had a great time. I know I did. Have a great day, everyone. Stay focused, stay awesome, and as always, let's get taught.